Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. So, when OpenAI dropped GPT-5, the reaction from a whole lot of people was kinda, that's it? But what if I told you that underwhelming feeling was actually the entire point? You see, the real story here isn't about the model itself. No, it's about a master plan to monetize 700 million users. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's start right here. This quote from the folks at SemiAnalysis just absolutely nails the sentiment, doesn't it? If you're a Pro or a Plus subscriber, you probably logged on, played around with it, and thought, wait, is this really a full version jump? And you know what? That's a totally fair question. But it's also kind of the wrong question to be asking.
And that's because, well, this update was never meant to blow the minds of power users. From the very beginning, OpenAI had a completely different and way bigger audience in its sights.
This release was for these people, all 700 million plus of them. This is the absolutely massive and still growing number of free users on ChatGPT, who OpenAI isn't making a dime from, yet. We're talking about one of the fastest growing web properties in history, and OpenAI's single biggest challenge and opportunity is figuring out how to turn all this traffic into actual revenue.
So, how are they going to do it? Well, it all starts with the real star of the GPT-5 show. It's a feature that, honestly, most people just completely glossed over. The router. This thing right here, this is the key to their entire strategy. So what even is the router? The easiest way to think about it is like an incredibly smart traffic cop for AI models. The second you type in a prompt, the router takes a look, analyzes it, and in a split second, decides which of OpenAI's many specialized models is the best, and crucially, the most cost-effective tool for that specific job.
So here's basically how it works. You ask a question. The router immediately jumps in and asks itself, okay, is this a simple question? Is it complex? Does it need some deep creative reasoning? And then bam, it routes your query to the perfect model. Maybe a smaller, faster model for a simple fact, or one of the big, powerful thinking models for a tougher problem. For the hundreds of millions of free users, this was a huge, totally invisible upgrade. But here's the twist. And this is the important part. This whole system isn't just about saving OpenAI money on their cloud computing bill. Nope. Its true purpose is to lay the foundation for the next massive chapter in ChatGPT's story, actually making money from all those free users. All right, so let's get into detective mode for a minute. Because when you start connecting the dots around this release, OpenAI's grand ambition, their real plan, it all starts to come into really sharp focus. Okay, clue number one, the hiring of Fidji Simo. I mean, her resume says it all. As the former head of the Facebook app, she's literally known in Silicon Valley for her superpower to monetize. She's the one who helped turn Facebook into the revenue machine it is today. Let's be real, you do not bring in a heavy hitter like that unless you are getting very serious about making money. Clue number two is the subtle but absolutely massive shift in Sam Altman's own words. Just a year ago, he was saying he hates ads, that they're a last resort. But more recently, he's out there openly talking about transaction revenue and affiliate models. Trust me, that is not an accidental change in language. Something big is shifting. So where are all these clues pointing? Well, they all point to this really radical new vision for what ChatGPT is becoming. It's not just a chatbot anymore. It's the beginning of what you could call an agentic SuperApp. And this brings us right back to the router. Because its secret weapon isn't just sorting your questions by how complex they are, it's learning how to sort them by their commercial value. It's getting really good at telling the difference between just a casual question and a query that signals, hey, this user is about to spend some money. Let's look at a super clear example. On the left, you've got a simple informational query, right? Why is the sky blue? This has pretty much zero commercial value. But on the right, find me the best DUI lawyer near me. In the world of online ads, a query like that is worth thousands of dollars. The router can now instantly tell the difference between these two. And that ability changes the entire economic model of the internet. Google Search basically treats every single query the same. It has a fixed near-zero cost to just serve up a page of links. But the router, it can spot that high-value query and decide, you know what? It's worth it to spend, say, $50 in compute power to give this user an amazing answer.
I'm talking researching lawyers, checking reviews, maybe even starting the outreach process. It can make that investment because the potential transaction on the other end makes it all worthwhile.
And this is the end game. This is what it's all about. Agentic purchasing. It's an AI that moves way beyond being just a research tool and actually becomes a purchasing tool. It's an assistant that doesn't just give you information, it takes action for you.
Now, if they pull this off, it's not just going to be some new feature. It could be a fundamental threat to the entire online advertising economy as we know it, and maybe the beginning of a totally new era.
So let's be super clear about the business model here. This isn't about cluttering up the ChatGPT interface with annoying banner ads. It's about transaction take rates. The AI agent helps you book a flight or buy a new laptop, and OpenAI takes a small percentage from the business for making that sale happen. It's monetization through being useful, not through interruption. And if you think this is all just some far-off theory, you got to look at the evidence. The ecosystem for this is already being built, right now. OpenAI is actively testing how well its models can navigate and actually operate on websites for airlines and big retailers. They've already got partnerships in place with giants like Shopify, Visa, and Stripe. And hey, Fujisimo's old company Instacart already has a feature that lets AI agents order your groceries. The pieces are all moving into place. And what's wild is that OpenAI is building all of this on an incredible foundation. I mean, no other website or app has scaled this quickly ever. With over 700 million users, they are in a very real position to seriously challenge the established giants like Google and Meta for a huge piece of the massive online commerce pie.
So, okay, let's bring this all back home. What does this future, this agentic super app, what does it actually mean for your daily life?
Really, it all boils down to this fundamental shift from actively searching for things to passively delegating tasks. Just think about it. Instead of you spending an hour clicking through a dozen different websites trying to find the best flight, you'll just say to your assistant, "Hey, book me the best flight to New York next Tuesday." And the work just gets done for you.
And that really leaves us with this final massive question for the entire future of the internet. For decades now, pretty much every online purchase has started in a search bar. But OpenAI is making a huge bet that in the future, it's going to start with a conversation. Thanks for joining The Explainer.